Hey everybody, I am back on here just talking about the blog post that I did on Monday. I wanted to go a little bit more in depth on this topic. So it was about miscommunications in marriage and blow-ups due to not understanding the other person's processing style in particular. So processing style is the number one thing that has helped me improve communication in my marriage. Understanding that my husband is an internalizer, whereas I am an externalizer, has been really insightful and beneficial because I now no longer have to sit there and badger him and bitch at him to get a response, because I need him to respond when I want a response. I had to learn that he is processing information. He's not ignoring me. He's not just, making me get pissed off on purpose. He's actually processing the information I'm giving him. And he's also internally processing his own feelings and then going over what he wants to say. So expecting him to process things the way that I did was not working, obviously. And I didn't even realize that that's what I was doing. So also understanding that I'm an externalizer. So this means that I need to say things out loud or write things down or express myself in some other way to know what I'm saying, how I'm feeling. I basically have to get everything out, hear how it sounds, and then decide whether or not that's what I meant to say. So this is why I would just go on and on and on and not stop and always have more to say, and why he would just sit there frustrated, overwhelmed probably, and ultimately fed up to the point where he would sometimes walk away because he was just shut down. Mentally, he was shut down. He couldn't handle any more information. And I didn't know when to stop. So learning about these processing styles has really been beneficial. I have been able to think, okay, he is thinking about what I said. He's thinking about what he wants to say. Give him some time. The response, if I give him some time, will be more qualitative in the end, and it will be something that I probably find a little more acceptable. And then also, if he hears me out when I'm trying to express myself and understands that I have to say things in order to understand how I feel, he will listen to me all the way through without taking it personally, without thinking that like I just have a barrage of attacks or whatever it may be that I'm explaining to him. It's not me just, wanting to overload him. I'm just trying to understand myself. So, he'll listen to me fully, and then I'll give him the time to respond. So this has just been so helpful. Now, of course, there's always other issues and stuff when you're married to somebody because you're two different people, but this is the number one thing that has helped me with communication in particular. So I wanted to share a few tips with you guys besides learning your processing style. And there's online quizzes about this, but also if you go to my blog post, at the very end, there is a link to a really great website detailing processing styles. And it's pretty clear if you read through the descriptions which one you are, and maybe you can also determine which one your spouse is. So that will be helpful. If you are in the heat of an argument with your spouse, these are my suggestions. Number one, take a step back from the situation instead of being right at the center of it and continuing to argue or, throw fuel on the fire. Second would be to let your spouse know that you care about them. This is important to you, and that's why you're taking a break. So you can either internally process things, so you can say what you mean, or so that you can go talk to yourself like us externalizers do, or write it down to understand what it is that you want to say and sift through that information so you can tell them what's meaningful. Okay? Then the second thing, or the third thing that I would suggest is that when you come back to the situation, approach it calmly. I mean, what progress have we ever made when we approach things hot-headed? So that's, approach things calmly, and remember that this is somebody you love or somebody you're committed to, okay? And of course, learn your processing style through and through so you can understand yourself, and then you can explain to others how to understand you. So you are not, so you can hold yourself accountable and other people accountable. And you can empower yourself and empower others with this knowledge. Okay? So head over to the link if you want to read it, and then check out the other post that I linked to that explains processing styles. It's very helpful. And I'm not terribly young, and I'm just learning about this. And I like to read a lot. So it's never too late to learn something new. And I'm sure there's a bunch of people out there that don't know what processing style is, as was me a year ago. So I hope this really helps you, and let me know in the comments if you've read it or if you've had any experiences with this. All right? Take care.